by the Thomas Drake case. Mark Klein says, I think it's outrageous. The Bush people have been let off. The telecom companies get immunity. The only people Obama's prosecuted are the whistleblowers. Jesselyn Radack.
Right. That is absolutely correct. Again, you would think as part of the we're going to look forward, not backwards, at wrongdoing, that would preclude, I mean, if that precludes going after the people who engaged in torture and warrantless wiretapping, then it really adds insult to injury to be going after a whistleblower, Drake, who blew the whistle on secret domestic surveillance programs that were selected over cheap, effective programs that had built-in privacy protections to protect U.S. citizens. And it sends a very chilling message to whistleblowers on whose back Obama was elected. Obama was elected in part based on revelations that were brought forth by whistleblowers revealing torture and electronic eavesdropping. So it's really a slap in the face that this is being done to Drake. But more than that, it's the clanging of jail doors because they're trying to put him away for the rest of his natural life, which is completely unacceptable. I urge everybody to take a closer look at this case. And we have a petition on change.org. Just type in Tom Drake, calling for some desperately needed congressional oversight here because there has been none.
Jesselyn Radack, we just have a minute to go, but I wanted to quickly ask you about John Walker Lynn because he remains in jail. We interviewed his parents. I encourage people to go to our website for an hour about his case. But quickly say what it was that you did that caused you to be pushed out of the Justice Department and where the case stands today.
I was an ethics attorney at the Justice Department, so I'm really laughing over the last segment about John Ashcroft now being an ethics counsel for Blackwater. But I had advised not to interrogate a U.S. citizen without his counsel and, parenthetically, not to torture him. I didn't think my advice was particularly radical, but the Justice Department saw fit to put me under a criminal investigation and refer me to the state bars and put me on the no-fly list. However, that pales in comparison to what is being done to Tom Drake, who they're threatening to imprison for telling the truth.
And interesting, it was John Ashcroft, the Attorney General under whom that you worked, who said he was given full access to attorney when, in fact, you understood that he was interrogated without an attorney, though his father said he had one for him.
All public records support that he did, in fact, have an attorney and that he was tortured and interrogated, even though he signed a plea agreement saying that he would never sue for being tortured. It's clear that he had an attorney and they were not allowing him access to James Brosnahan. That's the name of the attorney who had been retained to represent him. In a similar kind of way, Drake tried to cooperate with the government and tried to report high-level criminal wrongdoing at the NSA. And again, instead of investigating that criminal wrongdoing that led to one of the greatest scandals of my generation, instead, they've chosen to go after Tom Drake, Tom Tam, Russell Tice, people who were blowing the whistle on that misconduct, while the people who engaged in it have gotten off scot-free, and laws have been passed to protect those lawbreakers.
Jesselyn Radack, I want to thank you for being with us, former ethics advisor to the U.S. Department of Justice, currently Homeland Security Director of the Government Accountability Project, the nation's leading whistleblower organization. This is Democracy Now! Back in 30 seconds.